Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever watching this, welcome to a new vlog. The sky looks nice and calm, but it's not cold at all. Still 36, 37. Just waited all day to take this bike out. It's been 2 days since I got the bike. I got it on Friday evening and I've already done roughly 85, 90 kilometers on that. 50 of which was on the first day. This bike begs to be ridden in the night time when things are cool, when things are calm in the city. But it's just that because we have the lockdown after 9 o'clock, and talking about lockdown, please stay safe, guys. Have a mask whenever you're going out if you have to go out, and make sure you sanitize your hands and also maintain social distancing. These are the three things that will keep you and your family safe. I haven't met any of my friends except for Shiva for maybe like 10 minutes on the day of the delivery, but after that I haven't met anyone in the last 7 days, and not even 7 days, almost 9 days ho gaya abhi. And Shriman's doing well, so that's good to hear. But since that time we're trying to be as much home as possible, and hence the lack of any videos. Anyway, I'm tempted to take this bike out again with each passing day to actually go ride this as much as possible. There are a lot more cuts and creases to this bike than what there used to be on the Street Twin. All these small things can tear the cover, so have to be very careful while removing it. So this is a medium size or small size cover that I got, which fits well. Look at that beauty, man. Just love those small design bits that they did there. Already getting slightly dirty because it rained. Because it's a matte paint, it was easy to clean. Look how complex this engine is in terms of the packaging. Like, this is the first header pipe and this is the second one. You see that? It comes from here. It wraps around here, takes a turn, and then goes back up here and then splits into two. So there's a 212 system exhaust, which is super tightly and crazily packed. So some of the mods that I'm planning for this bike include having a thinner number plate here than here. I like this tire hugger number plate system, but it's just that this is too big and bulky. Also, I'll have some frame sliders come out of here instead of instead of engine guards and all that stuff. Fork protectors. Change these old school indicator lights. These are shaped well, but it's just that they're not that good looking. We'll replace these mirrors and have bar end mirrors, and I might change the handlebar too, but that will be much later. And I have to figure out a way to install a number plate here, or maybe just a marking here. So let's go for a short ride where I'll talk to you about few things that I like or I love about it, and few things that I'm not a big fan of. Time for city ride. One thing I'm at least noticing is everyone that I see on the road is wearing a mask. That's good. Yeah, good. This needs to be maintained, and we need to maintain distance. How do you guys like the new Safari? I like this blue color and the other light blue color with all blacked out look. I've sat in one, not a fan of the other two seats, but overall the design of this is much better than the Harrier in my opinion. In case you're new to this channel, don't forget to check out those previous videos, and for all my existing viewers, in case you haven't hit that subscribe button, please minimize the screen, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to check that bell icon to make sure all notifications are on, because I don't post videos just for the heck of it. We post videos when there is actual true content. So please make sure that you hit that bell icon to get instant notifications. Like, a lot of you noticed that I re-uploaded the delivery video twice, because when I initially uploaded it was only showing a resolution of up to 360 because the HD and 4K were still processing. Usually it happens instantly within a minute or two, but if there was a delay, I thought it's no point keeping the video in private till it's done. So I decided to cancel that upload, re-upload it. Aitya and Shiva are the only two people who saw this bike, and some of the feedback that I got from others is that the engine doesn't sound as much as I'm excited in the video. So in person also, this is a very refined engine, guys. In fact, it is refined as much as a Honda. You get that slight rumble, but it's a very refined rumble. In idle, this sounds like a hoot. On the go, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like this. But whenever I do this, It does pop little, but it's not like that constant pops that you get with sports cars and some sports bikes. But for a retro classic, that is a lot, yaar. Jaane do. And you need to be very mature to actually like and enjoy this bike, because it's not meant for pure performance. It's not meant for pure classic sound. There is a certain unique character about this bike. Like, it feels so flickable, so easy to ride, and yet so refined. More than anything, it looks gorgeous in person. That's the best thing. We might get a new handlebar in the future where it would sit here. I'm used to that on the street when I did some mods. It might not be the most comfortable setting, but that will transform the look crazily. But I'll do all that mods. Arey bye. Abhi again slow ho jata dekh. The moment I overtake, they'll try to race again. If there is a slalom course, this would win it easily. Anyway, let's talk about the 5 things that I like and 5 things that I don't like about this bike. The 5 things that I really love: number 1, design. Number 2, that exhaust note in idle is amazing. Probably the best sounding idle note that I've heard. Number 3, how flickable this bike is. Like, this is 206 kilos and it doesn't act like that. Number 4, the way it pops. I'm unable to capture it with just this GoPro, but I need to put a audio mic or another GoPro near the exhaust for you to feel that pop. But it sounds beautiful. And finally, besides that pop, it's just that I like the way this is a combination of a modern bike with all the gadgetries and technologies. Like, it has IMU for the cornering ABS. You can change the traction control. You can change engine modes. It has adjustable suspensions on the front and the rear. LED lighting, which looks killer. You can add a Bluetooth module to attend calls or listen to music. You can have heated grips. There are tons of features you can add on to this too and customize it as much as you want. And at the same time, this is an air-cooled engine, so you get that heat. You're reminded that you have 1100 cc's of an engine under you. The heat levels can be high in idle, but on the go, it's brilliant. I hardly feel anything. It's the coolest machines on the go. Oh, that's the F-Type R, if I'm not wrong. Yes. I love this car, guys. That's a dream car of mine. Besides the Z4. Okay, let's take a left here. Yeah, I was talking about the old school nature, right? It has these amazing modern features, but yet is very old school in terms of the engine. I thought only 5 points were good, right? But while riding, I realized there is another point. Because of its flickable nature, it's so light, and I think it's very well balanced. The cornering is also good. For these Michelin MT60 tires, which look like knobbies, but they actually have a decent grip on the road. I haven't fully tested it, but I think they have good enough grip for our conditions. Since we're at a signal light, let's talk about the 5 things that I hate or don't like. I had to turn off the engine because it gets super hot. I'll tell you in fact how much it is. 36 hai. Like, if I keep the engine on, air temperature reflects the temperature around the engine too, because this is ambient air temperature. I can already feel the heat here and here. Not so much under my bum, but in my legs, basically under my thigh here. That's where I feel the most heat, and the rear pillion would feel the heat here. Like, now I'm moving, all that heat is gone within few seconds, which is the most surprising thing. Like, it's amazingly air cooled. There is a radiator, and I'm assuming there is a small fan or something behind that. I have to double check that. I couldn't see anywhere in the manual if there was a fan, but somehow whenever you move, this is super cool. So heat is one thing that I am not a big fan of. Number 2 would be the hydraulic clutch. The clutch is smooth, but the gear shifts, maybe because there's a new bike and hasn't been run in yet, they are little notchy. Like, occasionally I have false neutrals, or I miss some gears. And also the suspension can be tuned, but as it comes in stock, there's a very hard suspension. Like I can feel all the undulations on this road. For a scrambler, I thought it will be much more softer. Maybe there's more built for European roads and less for our Indian road conditions. Maybe pricing is another thing that I'm not a huge fan of, but I wish they had more power. But I understand from Ducati's perspective that if you give more power, the character of this bike is lost. It would be more itchy to go faster, it will get hotter. 86 is decent, 95 would have been ideal, anything beyond that would have been bad. And I think the sound can improve. So the another point, I think the fourth point would be the engine noise while in motion. For the stock exhaust, the engine is too refined for my liking. And finally, the one point that I'm not a big fan of is how the sales and service experience has been. They did respond to all my queries and complaints quite fast, but I was expecting a higher special feeling when I'm getting a Ducati. अरे ये अभी आ गया फिर से वही नंबर है क्या? Oh my god. That's okay, let him enjoy his ride, I'll enjoy mine. So yeah, I was expecting much more premium service and quality from Ducati, but I can understand where they're coming from. Hardly any staff. They will improve over time. Chalo, those were the 5 points that I liked about this bike and 5 that I didn't like. There are a few other smaller points here and there which we can cover in other videos, but so far so good. Time to change the mode. Active, it's just twitchy. Here at Shiva's place, we'll just catch him up for a short while for maybe 5-10 minutes and then head back home, obviously with mass and some distance.
Few moments later.
Found this new route. This is near Toli Chowki and Manikonda. This is towards Jubilee Hills. This is right behind Film Nagar and Jubilee Hills here. But hope there is access. Whoa, that's a big dip. I don't know if you can see in the night. In daytime you can probably feel it, but there's a huge descent and it's a single lane. I don't know how much you can see, but a lot is happening here. Need to be careful. Thing is, you can't brake in that area, you have to just keep going. That's why I'm stopping here. Off-road. First off-road experience for the Scrambler. But that's scarier. Downhill mein. Probably better to take this route than go there. Chalo, nothing much to show besides that lovely full moon. Covered 107 kilometers so far. The next milestone would be 1000. The first 100 kilometers, if I have to give a rating for this motorcycle, that would be 8.5 out of 10. And that's it for today's vlog. In case you're watching this in the night time, have a good night and take care, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and share button, because 4 out of 10 viewers typically are subscribing, rest or not. Please, that would help a lot. Go hit that subscribe button. Okay, chalo, bye bye.